This video is kindly sponsored by Nebulift.
Am I going to do this whole video with a towel on my head? I just might. Welcome in, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 and over 60 woman. I'm so glad you stopped by today. I'm really excited about what I'm going to share. If you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing while you're here and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you want all the good insider information, sign up for my Sunday morning email newsletter. The link is in the description box down below. You just click on it, enter your email address. It's totally free. It's totally fun. What I do is every Sunday morning, clearly, I send out a newsletter with all the cool things I found throughout the week, whether it's a good bargain or a great find or some good information or any of the things that I would share with you if you were just hanging out with me. So go ahead and click below if you're interested in all the good stuff. I think you're gonna love it. As you can see, I just got out of the shower. I really did just get out of the shower. Hair is up in a towel because I'm going to be doing a skincare routine, and I want to take you guys along with me because I'm super excited. A company that I have been loving their product for a long time has just come out with a new version of a really cool device. You guys have seen this over and over on my channel. This is a radio frequency device from a company called Rebounder. It's called the Nebulift. I love this device. It utilizes radio frequency to sink into the skin, stimulate collagen and elastin growth, and give you plumper, fuller skin, reduce signs of wrinkles, the whole deal. I have been using this for a long time. I absolutely love it. I use this several times a week. Sometimes I use it every single day. It's a little bit pricey, worth every single penny. I'm not kidding you. This retails for $799, and this is the flagship model from Nebulift. It's called the M1 multipolar radio frequency device. Absolutely love it. It feels so good. It's so quick and easy to do. Everything about this is great. And even at the $799 price, I feel like it's really worth it. What I have found when you discover an at-home device that really works, they generally are the same price as 1 or 2 treatments in a med spa. But the only difference is, and it's a big one, is that you don't have to keep paying over and over again. Once you own it, you own it. And like I said, I use this several times a week, sometimes daily. And oh my gosh, there's no way I could afford to have the same treatments with that frequency in a med spa. Absolutely love this, but it is a little bit spendy. Here we get to the really good part. Nebulift has come out with a smaller, much more affordable version with the same technology and everything. This is the R1C La Rose, and it's brand new. It just came out. Isn't that just so very pretty? And can you tell why they call it La Rose? Because it's a rose color. It is so beautiful, and guess what? It is $299, and I have a $50 discount code. I'm not kidding you. You can get the same technology that is available from the flagship device in this lesser expensive version La Rose. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a full treatment with this one. We're going to talk a little bit about the difference between the two models. They're both wonderfully priced for what they are, and I think they're both really worth it. I'm going to go ahead and hop in right now and do a full treatment with the La Rose, and you can see that I do a little bit more than a full treatment. You don't have to do as much as I do, but I kind of am extra in that way. I'm going to talk while I'm doing it, show you the moves that I make, and just give you a little glimpse into how doggone easy this is. As I said, I just got out of the shower. I have no skincare on at all. The only thing I did was comb my eyebrows because they get a little wild and woolly. I'm going to start with the Nebulift Botanical Soothing Gel. This is perfect for all skin types. When you're using a radio frequency device, you do want to use a gel, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do mine. I've got a little homemade spray that I make. If you run out of the gel, or if you want to try an alternative that's more affordable, I've got a video where I show you a very affordable way to renew gel for your devices. I'll have it listed down below, but today we're going to use the one from Nebulift. So it comes in a little squeezy tube like this. And again, my skin is clean and dry. And I'm just going to put a little bit on my spatula here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place that in the areas that I'm going to treat. And one of the areas is at the top of my eyelids, and this is just the hottest move ever. I was actually taught this in a Zoom call with, I think, the CEO of the company, and they showed me this little move. It's really wonderful. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put a thin coating of this gel all over my face. And yes, I am gonna put it around my lips, on the sides of my face, and then I'm going to put some underneath my chin and just a little bit down my neck. So I'm all gelled up here. Now I want to show you one immediate difference that you'll see between these two models. The N1 has one button, and you do everything with this one button. With the La Rose, there is a button to turn it on here on the side, right here. Did you hear it turn on? And then you use this button to choose the level of intensity. You guys know I always use the highest intensity. I'm just all in with this kind of stuff. So it's blinking right now, and I'm gonna hit it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times to choose the highest level on this. What's the difference? I don't know. I can't really tell between the lowest and the highest. The temperature stays the same at 170 degrees. I just figure if I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to go ahead and do it at the highest level because I want to take advantage of the time I'm spending. Now, because I'm going to talk, this is probably going to cycle through a couple of times. So stick with me because I want to make sure that I give you guys all the details. This is a spray concoction that I came up with a while ago. It's distilled water, hyaluronic acid, and a little bit of colloidal minerals. What does this do? Well, during the whole time that I'm going to be working on my face, the gel in the areas that I'm not working on or didn't start with is going to dry down. And I don't want to have to keep applying the gel or getting up and down. I want to just do it in one sitting. So I came up with this little mixture, and what I do is I just hydrate my skin with that mixture. It's going to push that hyaluronic acid into my skin and really help with the slip on my face. And oh, you know what? Let's do a before and after picture, even though my face is a little slippery right now. I'm not sure that we're going to see an immediate change in my face because I do this so often. I really don't have puffiness in my face. But let's go ahead and snap a picture right here and we'll compare it to when I finish. I'm not sure that we're going to see anything because my face is pretty well used to the radio frequency, but we might. I just hope I remember to take a picture at the very end. All right, so I'm going to start in, and the first place that I start in is right here on my 11s. Why? Because I really want to build up the collagen and elastin in that area so that my 11s don't get super deep. And you probably didn't hear it, but it just beeped and kind of vibrated a little bit, which means that it's time to move to the next location. But because I was yammering when it first started, I'm going to go ahead and leave it on this area. Now the radio frequency sinks into the skin and stimulates the growth of collagen and elastin production, which really helps to smooth out your skin and plump it up. And I can remember the first time that I did radio frequency. It wasn't this device, it was another one, and I didn't end up liking it as much as this one, so I just kind of put it aside. But I was blown away when I was done because it looked like my face had been ironed. Truly, it did. I couldn't figure out what had happened to make it look so much better. And what happens is that your skin gets plumped up and firmed up from the process of the radio frequency immediately, as well as the stimulation of the collagen and elastin production. Now, what I'm going to do now is move over to my eyelid area, and this is going to blow you away if you haven't seen this before. And this La Rose is specially targeted for the eye area I'm going to show you now. And as you can see, there are more dots up here towards the tip of the La Rose to emit more radio frequency, and you're going to see why that's so important with this particular unit. It really is designed to really target that area above your eye. And let me show you what I'm doing is I'm taking the tip of that and just running it back and forth right on that orbital bone right here, right on the bone. I don't want to go down to the movable lid over my eyeball. What I'm doing is running it back and forth over that orbital bone. And what's that going to do? Well, it's already done it on me. It has really firmed and tightened my upper eyelids, and my hooding is a lot less. So you can see I have more movable lid showing now, and it has progressed over the last several months because this is what I do several times a week. So I'm just going to run it back and forth over that area, and sometimes I'll bring it down on the sides in that crow's feet area and really let that radio frequency sink into my skin, create a firmer, tighter eyelid. It's just absolutely wonderful. And this particular model is designed for that eye area. Now look at the shape and the pattern of the dots on this. That's how the radio frequency gets in your skin, and compare it with this one. You can see that they're more focused and more condensed up in that area than this one. So it really is targeting that upper eye area. So I'm just going to go on the other side. I added a little bit of hydration just to help with the slip. Does this hurt? Not at all. Oh my gosh, it feels actually so very good. It's warm, it's slippery, it's soothing. I really love it. And one of the benefits that I have seen really consistently with this device is it really acts as a kind of lymphatic drainage as I move along my face. So if you end up using one of these, you're going to see that you have a lot less fluid built up on your face than you did before, just from the action of moving this over your skin. You can see how frequently I use this spray. So I'm just taking that underneath my eye right now and very gently kind of pressing out towards the outer area of my eye. And that's really going to help to move that lymph along and decrease puffiness underneath my eyes. In addition, that radio frequency is really going to firm up that area and make my skin look a lot fresher and a lot brighter. So I'm just going to move back and forth, and you will hear as you're doing this treatment, it's going to kind of beep and vibrate a little bit, telling you it's time to move to the next area. But you know what, you guys? I don't always listen to it. I just keep doing an area until I feel like I've done it enough. So you can see I'm moving it up into that crow's feet area, back and forth, and I'm kind of pressing on this edge as I move out to really get that lymph moving. Now I'm going to go down along my cheek area, and it does just feel so very good. How long have I been using radio frequency? Gosh, it's been probably a couple of years now. I tested a few devices before I found this one. They just weren't ready for prime time in my mind. They didn't have good heat modulation, which is so important because if it gets too hot, it's not comfortable. This really stays at a consistent temperature of 170 degrees, and it feels so very good. So I'm just going to move that around, and now I'm going to move over to the other side. Now, one thing I want you to keep in mind as I'm doing this is when I am doing this in the morning, before I do my skincare, I usually will do my devices, then my red light, and then my skincare. I will sometimes do a longer treatment than you're going to see today. If I have the time, if I'm in the mood, I'll just sit and do this for a while to really give my face a very good treatment. So back and forth underneath my eyes, and this has done an enormous amount to really firm up my under eyes. My under eyes look so much better than they did even 5 years ago. I mean, I looked older 5 years ago than I do today. And is it me? No, it's just what I've done to my skin. This can happen to anybody. It's just what you do to skin. Skin is very, very responsive. And if you give it good stuff, good serums, good cleansers, good moisturizers, and good at-home devices, you'd be really, really surprised at what a change you can make in your face. So I'm going to go ahead and move this down onto my cheek area right here. And you can see that, I'm moving it in a slower pattern, giving that radio frequency time to really sink into my skin. skin, and you can absolutely focus on the marionette lines and the nasolabial folds to really generate more collagen and elastin in those areas and make them a lot softer. This is so soothing. I'll tell you, I love it. It feels so good. Okay, now I'm going to move to an area over my mouth. I'm not going to be able to talk, which you guys maybe you'll be happy about. So I'm just going to put on some pretty music and you can listen to that while you watch what I do. You can see that I run the Nebulift all over my lip area, including on my lips. Why do I do that? Because I want to soften the lip lines that I'm getting as I get older and really plump that area up. And as I'm moving it around my mouth area, I'm getting those nasolabial folds and the marionette lines while I'm doing the whole area. It really does feel very good. It's very effective. You might want to try it. Now I'm going to move on to underneath my chin and just take that device and run it all along that area right underneath my chin. Now I want to avoid the center of my neck where the thyroid is. That's kind of the no-fly zone when you're working on your neck. So just back and forth, and this is really going to tighten up that jawline and make your neck look a little bit firmer and tighter. Now I'm going to move on to the other side. This really feels so good. It's a very easy device to do, and it feels good, and it's fairly quick. You really can decide how much time you want to put into it for the day. You could do a few minutes, you can do 10 minutes, you could do 15 minutes. It really is up to you, and it's all going to be good because your skin really does respond to the radio frequency and plump it up immediately. Maybe we'll see it in the finished photo, and just work on firming and tightening your skin over time. Okay, so that is my daily treatment with my Nebulift radio frequency device. I absolutely love this very, very affordable version of the Nebulift. Let's go ahead and take an after picture now. I'll go ahead and kind of smooth out all the goop on my face and we'll compare them. I'm not sure if we're going to see a difference, but let's go ahead and give it a try. So let's take a picture now. All right, I'm going to hop off, go wash my face, put on my skincare, and I'll be right back and we'll go over the details of the difference between the two devices. Okay, I'm back. My face is a little shiny because I just put on my skincare. It'll soak in, truly. Let's talk about the difference between the N1 and the R1 La Rose because there are a few differences. First of all, the flagship device, which is the black one, has 384 titanium micro frequency dots right here. So you can see it is a bigger device than the La Rose. So the La Rose has 192 gold microfrequency dots. The difference between the two is the number of dots and the material, titanium and gold. And you also can see that there's a difference in the size. This one is a little bit bigger, it's a little heavier, it feels more substantial. This feels a little bit lighter and you can clearly see it's a little bit smaller. In addition, there are fewer dots on the La Rose than there are on the flagship N1. This retails for $7.99. This retails for $2.99, and I have a $50 discount code, which brings it down to an unbelievable $250, which I think is such a bargain. The best way I can describe the difference between these two models, I love this one, I love this one. And you can see that they really have designed it to use it on that area above the eye because the dots are really focused in this area. It does have dots all over it, but you can see there are more dots in that area on the point. The best way that I can describe the difference between these two is this is like a luxury car, a very well-priced luxury car, all the bells and whistles, everything wonderful. This is the sport edition of that luxury car. Same great technology, a little bit lighter, a little bit smaller, a little bit zippier. So it's really going to depend on what works best for you. It's really going to depend on what you're looking for. I think they're both priced really wonderfully for what you get. And again, if you were to go into a med spa, you would spend this much or more just for 1 or 2 treatments. And when you own the device, you get to keep it and use it as much as you want. I've had this for a long time. I use it several times a week. Now I've got this one. I can use it several times a week too. So it really is a good bargain either way. That's my review and demonstration of the new La Rose from Nebulift. I'm so excited about this one. Great device, targeted for this upper eye area, really great price point, super cute, easy to use, all good. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into radio frequency and what it might be able to do for your skin. And if you think it's too late, it's really not. I'm 66 years old, and I'll tell you what, over the 3 years that I have done my anti-aging skincare journey using just at-home products and devices, my skin has transformed, and it can do the same for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. You guys know it just tickles me when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 woman. Make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.